The doctor had said Denise couldn't have a baby, but God heard her prayers. Then the doctor said the baby needed open heart surgery and might not make it. Would God answer again? And what if He said no? Stay with us for today's episode of My Story, My Song to find out how Denise's story became Denise's song. Welcome to My Story, My Song. My guest today is Denise Kellerman, a recording artist and singer-songwriter from British Columbia, Canada. Denise, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
It's so nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
We've known each other for a long time. But tell me, what is your very first music memory?
I think my very first is, I remember singing in church. I think I was probably 5. Because what they had to do is they had to bring a chair out and actually have me stand on it because
You were so tiny.
so tiny nobody could see me. So they had me stand on a chair. So that's what I kind of remember, and hoping I wouldn't fall off of it at the same time.
And from there you just sang and sang. You loved singing.
I loved it. I loved it. It was a release for me. It was a comfort. It's always been just part of my life.
And how important was singing for you as you got into your early teen years?
Actually really important because I was picked on in school. Yeah, quite a bit. And so when I would come home from school, I would sit down at the piano, usually for about an hour, and just sit there and sing. And everything, all the tension, everything would be taken away from me, and then I'd feel good again.
Oh.
So it was quite a comfort for me.
Now, Denise, you got married, and like every wife, you could hardly wait to be a mother.
Yeah.
And you prayed to be a mother, and you waited to be a mother, to hold that baby. But the doctor told you finally, no.
No.
Tell me, at that moment, when you realized it wasn't going to happen, what did you do?
The day he told me that it wouldn't happen, I came home and I just sat on the stairs and I just cried. I basically just let it all out. And I said, you know, God, I said, what? You either make me a mom or don't. But I went to the piano again and I sat there and because you know, you wonder, you pray so much, so you wonder where God is and why He wouldn't give me a child. And I remember sitting there at the piano and the words to the song Call on Him, the chorus, came to me. And it was just like He was telling me, you know, call on me. I am here. I hear your prayer. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. And yeah, that was...
Did the song bring you comfort?
It did. It did. I didn't finish writing the whole song at that moment. It was the chorus of the song. But yeah, it did bring me comfort because I had never written anything in my life.
So Call on Him was your first song.
Very first, yeah.
Very song. And
Yeah.
such a moment of pain, too.
Big moment of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really was.
But God had a surprise.
Yeah, He did.
Almost like He has a sense of humor.
It was. Yeah.
What happened?
2 weeks after that, when I, you know, sat there and said, okay, either make me a mom or don't, I found out I was pregnant. So that was such a blessing after so many years of trying for a child. Yeah.
And God gave you Joel.
Yes, my beautiful baby boy. Well, big boy now.
Yeah, I know, he's a big boy
Bigger,
now.
yeah.
But you almost didn't have him.
Yeah.
What happened? What did the doctor say after your tiny baby was born?
A few months after he was born, we noticed that he would turn pale when he would try eating, and it was when I took him in, they sent me straight to the hospital, and after a whole day of tests and not telling me anything, the pediatrician finally came in and looked at me and said, unless he has open heart surgery, he'll die.
Oh, Denise.
I mean, that's not, and they didn't tell me anything all day. And here they tell me he's going to die if he doesn't have open heart surgery. So yeah, very devastating.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
No.
He survived the surgery.
He did. He did.
And you wrote another song.
Yes, I did. After his surgery, and we brought him home from the hospital, I walked into his room that night, and I watched him sleeping in his bed. And it was the very first time I think I realized how much God loved us, to send his only son. Because there I was looking at my only son and thinking, what if I would have to give him, you know?
To give him up.
To give him up. And the words of Jesus saying, thy will be done. I remember saying those words before we left to the hospital because I had prayed over him to be healed.
Right.
Because I knew God could do it. But the day before we left, I finally had to say, thy will be done. The hardest words you ever have to say as a mom. Because God could take him, you know. So I realized the amount of love God had for us to give his only son. That's when I wrote, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, Denise. I can't wait to hear you sing both those songs.
Thank you.
And here's Denise with Call on Him, followed by Thank You, Lord.
Feeling down, empty and so lonely, trying hard to handle things yourself. Don't you know you have a friend just waiting? He's waiting now, so won't you call on him? Call on him, call on him, he's right there by your side. He knows your pain, he knows just how you feel. Call on him, call on him, he's just a prayer away. He'll always be there when you call on him. Jesus is that friend you can count on. He'll take all your worries on himself. You don't ever have to be alone again. Just remember, you can always call